Welcome to another inspiring episode of Stories Untold. They say charity begins at home. Onke Sitwai has left his village in the Eastern Cape, but his heart is still there.
This is Onke Sitwai, a young man from the Eastern Cape. Onke has embarked on two 27-day walks in order to bring attention to the lack of resources in his village. He uses these walks to gain traction on social media and to build a community for his cause. The Stories Untold team got to sit down with him and discuss the ins and outs of planning a walk.
I started a campaign called 27 Days Walk in 2021, but initially the campaign didn't start in 2021, but it came back after the COVID times. I remember I always wanted to do something that can bring attention to my village, because like where I come from Eastern Cape, in Elodale, in Xhosa, we're closer to the ocean, but one thing that we don't have access to resources, especially high schools. We don't have preschools as well. Some of the villages don't have preschools, so that's where I come from. So I always wanted to do something that could bring attention to where I come from. So I realized, okay, since I don't have the money or the resources, I have to find something. So I came up with the concept of the walk. Initially, it was supposed to be 7 days, until my friend said, no, it can't be 7 days. It won't be exciting.
Onke set out for his first 27-day walk on the 15th of January 2021 till the 11th of February. Thereafter, he began his second walk a month later on the 1st of April.
Me and my friend, the one who walked with me, Untold, we started brainstorming, and then we ended up reaching 27 days walk to honor the 27 years that Nelson Mandela spent in prison. When it started, we were just trying it out. We just said, okay, we just need to do something, because for us as this generation to be here, someone became a voice for us. So we're looking for something that we can do, that we can turn it and make it a voice for those who need it, which is the villages.
Apendule Pagate, a friend of Onke's from school, joined him on his first 27-day walk to the Eastern Cape.
The first time he brought that, I thought he was joking. Because the first time he came with the walk idea, he said that he wanted to do a 7-day walk to Eastern Cape, and I was like, that's insane. And then eventually he said, you know what, let's do a 27-day walk. And he was also inspired by the 27 years Nelson Mandela spent in prison. So it was going to be a whole conscious thing around it as well. And he wanted to do it for his village back at home in Mthatha. And I was actually born in Mthatha. And then he said that he used to go to school there. It was a preschool, so he wanted to do something for the community there, and he said he wanted to do this walk also as a way of raising awareness to that and raising money. So we're trying to raise money. The goal was to raise like $1 million to start doing the building of the preschool for the kids, because there's a lot of poverty going on there. There's a lot of kids without books, there's a lot of kids without roof over their heads and whatever. So the education there is very bad, and if you can even see on the newspapers, most of the time the matric results are always bad when it comes to the Eastern Cape. It's always like the lowest matric pass rate. So we wanted to kind of lend a hand in that. So when I heard that, for me, it tapped into that part of me, as much as I knew that it was going to be challenging. And on top of that, I was also going through a lot of things in my life at the time, and I saw it as an opportunity to bring healing into my life, because I thought about it, I was like, I love adventure also. I'm an adventurous person. So I was like, it would be nice to go out there and, walk and meet who we meet or whatever happens.
Hey, how's it, everybody? I go by the name of Apendule, and this over here is...
I just want to thank everyone for supporting us, for buying our t-shirts, but now we have a special announcement to make.
The announcement that we want to make is that we're going to be taking a 27 days walk from Johannesburg to Mthatha.
So the walk is meant to give village people hope and to give them a voice, especially the high schools. Because if you go to our high schools, they don't have computer labs, they don't have libraries, they don't have access to resources. So they have to make use of what they have. And our villages are far away from the city. So even to get to our villages, you have to drive on a gravel road. So we're gonna utilize what we have, which is our legs and technology, because the 27 days work runs on social media. So as well, we're trying to show people the positive side of social media.
On the way, we were able to meet other accommodations that were accommodating us, especially in the Free State province. There was people, the first time we tried to pay to stay there at the campsite, the woman gave us back the money and she's like, here, it's fine, you guys can stay, actually come stay by our chalets. And we were like, whoa, okay, this is like a move of God, or, you know. So after that, it just kept happening and we kept being accommodated for. And that's when we saw South Africa for what it was, outside of where we come from, like in the city and whatever. When you get out there, you see the love that people actually have in this country.
I was the one that was driving throughout the whole thing. You know what I mean? So I would actually be the hospitality, like get the motor, check the nearest city, nearest place where we can crash. If not, we're gonna sleep outside, obviously, or on tent there, or, you know what I mean, make means to get a place to rest. So I was that guy, so I was just doing the hospitality. That was a very nice experience. Because I've never been outside of Johannesburg, so traveling cities to, town to town, that was crazy for me.
Jerry Clean was the driver and hospitality coordinator for the walk and shared what a typical day on the road looked like for the boys.
From approximately 6 o'clock in the morning, sometimes even 5, anytime you can just wake up, it's like, dude, we need to finish these kilometers. I'm waking up, I'm leaving. Then I'll stay there, pack up everything else while he starts on a walk. And then he'd actually have a plan of like, Jerry, come see me maybe after 4 hours. He'd just walk straight, chill, relax a bit for like a good 15, 20 minutes, and he would walk again. That is madness. Every day I couldn't believe it. I'd always tell him the same thing, that is madness. So yeah, normally we'd probably meet twice in a day, but he would walk all the way. I think the walk would normally stop around like 7 at night, 7, 8. Then he's like, yeah, no, he's really tired. Or he could stretch it, but it depends, because normally that side, it gets very dark, like very early.
Hi guys, my name is Untold. I was born and raised in the Eastern Cape. I'm doing a 27 days walk from Joburg.
Onke shared what inspired him to base his awareness campaign around walking.
I'm blessed and fortunate to have working parents. My mother is a retired nurse and my father is a retired policeman. So they could afford me the opportunities of going to school, of having proper shoes, of leaving my village, going to the city to go to schools that have better resources. So I was blessed in that way. So if I was not in the city studying, I was back at home with my grandfather and my grandmother, who taught me about gardening and taking care of nature. So that's how I was raised. So I feel like since I was blessed enough to have parents who can do those things for me, I can maybe be the voice for those who don't have parents who can do that for them. Because there's a lot of kids who want to go to school. There's a lot of kids who want to just to move from their environment and move to a different space. So for me, this is what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to give them that. To give them that. I always wanted to do something. I couldn't sing. I can't sing. I can't dance to save my life. I can move, but I can't dance. So I had to find something. So I remember this other time when I used to go to After is a film school. So one of the things they will do is that they will suggest movies to watch or movies to reference when you are doing an assignment or doing a project. And I came across a movie called Forrest Gump. And then when I saw Forrest Gump running, and then all the media attention Forrest Gump got from just running, and the reason Forrest Gump was running, just he kept on losing everyone in his life, losing the girl he loved, losing his best friend and business partner, and losing his mother. So I think he felt like the world was just crashing on him, so he just decided to just run. And for him, he ran for 3 years in the movie. So that's what inspired. I said, oh, okay, if Forrest Gump can run and get attention, maybe I'm not gonna run. Maybe if I walk, walk from Joburg to Eastern Cape, that can get people's attention. And when it gets people's attention, when they ask me, okay, why are you walking? Are you mad? What are you doing? Then I can explain it to them. I know the reason I'm walking. I'm using this walk as an awareness campaign to bring attention to the villages and village high schools.
Besides planning and going on walks, Onke works as an Uber driver in Johannesburg and uses it as an opportunity to grow his awareness community.
With the walk, ever since we have started the walk, it has been very challenging because I'm not a public figure, I'm not an influencer. So I realized later on, okay, people are not gonna catch on immediately. So I had to think creatively of ways to build a community and bring people to the story, So, and then the concept of Uber came to mind. Oh, I know on Uber I can meet 10 to 15 people a day. And out of those 10 to 15 people a day, I bet I can convince at least 5 to be part of this community that I'm trying to be, like a dream out loud community of support towards the work, to help us to promote and push the work on social media. The funny thing is, when I talk to people on Uber, when I ask them, guys, when I tell them about the work and ask them, please, can you be part of the Dream Out Loud community? The first thing that comes to their mind is that they think that I'm asking them to walk with me. And I like knowing how painful the walk is, because when you're walking, you develop blisters, and those blisters pop, and then you develop blisters on top of those blisters, and whenever those blisters pop, they become sores. And now when you're walking, it feels like you're stepping on needles. So I can't ask anyone I can't ask any person to subject themselves to that pain. I say to people, no, when I talk to the people on Uber, and I say, no guys, I don't want you to come and walk with me. I just need you to support me on social media.
I will never forget the first day that I walked. I was ready to give up because I found out how difficult it actually was. And I knew that I still had 26 more days to go. That first day was like a 45 kilometer. So the plan was to go town to town, and we'd already plotted out the maps so that we can get there in time for 27 days. So we're like, okay, the first town is this to this, and then this to this, and then this to this. And we gave ourselves some grace for like a rest day, maybe 2 rest days. So yeah, the first 4 days was just hell for me. It was breaking points. My body was shutting down at some point. And was surviving off, I remember we had a backpack, and in that backpack we had bananas, apple, water, and peanuts. And then at the end of the day, we would eat lentils. And to me, it was kind of like a fast, it was literally like a fast, because there was a lot of clearance and a lot of things that started making sense. I don't know how to explain it, but it started becoming a spiritual experience for me.
Up to 14,000 Rand has been generated through his awareness campaign. This money has gone towards the walk, as the project is self-funded.
We carry our food there, we carry refreshments there, we carry our camping gear, because sometimes we camp at the roadside, sometimes we camp in some people's farms, so we use that. But now, for the car, we have to pour our own petrol, we have to buy our own food, and we have to pay for our own accommodation. So the money that people have been helping us, it has helped us with the actual walk itself to make sure that we reach our destination.
In preparation for his next walk, Onke has adopted a plant-based diet and an updated fitness routine.
The preparations that we did for the first walk didn't help us at all, because we were lifting weights. And because we've never done a long walk before, we're lifting weights, running around. For me, what has helped me the most, one thing I'm grateful that I did, it was the change of diet. Because besides exercising, like building your muscle strength, what helped me was changing the diet, moving to a plant-based diet. So prior to the walk, I think a year prior to the walk, I started eating plant food, drinking smoothies, making juice, eating anything besides dairy products, meat, what else, and sugar, and processed sugar. So for me, that has helped me to be lighter on the road, and also it has helped me to recover quickly compared to the guy that I walked with or on the first walk, because he was on his own diet. I remember, I don't know if it was day 10 when he came to me and said, from now on I'm eating what you're eating, because he could see that whatever I was eating was assisting me. With veggies, it helps to cleanse you and to detoxify your blood, your muscles, which in turn allows oxygen to reach your muscles quicker, because through the blood flow, and then you are able to heal quicker. So that's why I'm an advocate for plants. Now currently, there's a gym that's sponsoring me called Limbo Fitness Park that is helping me to prepare for the next walk. We're doing CrossFit. We're doing CrossFit. We're doing boot camp. There's also boxing as well, because you need to be mentally strong for the walk. The walk is more of a mental fitness than a physical fitness.
Onke shared what kept him going on his walks when things got tough and highlighted the importance of community.
My support system has been my family, my sisters, my brothers, my mother, everyone from my family, and my friends as well. So, and also now the friends that we are finding now, be it on Uber, on social media. So that has been our like my support structure for the walk. And then on the road, I have like a support team, guys who are making calls on the day of the, if I'm doing 50 kilometers a day, so now they start making calls to see if we can get accommodation on the way. So they started making calls. So, and those guys, they volunteer. They say, okay, Onga, this is how we're gonna assist you. This is how we're gonna give back to your movement. This is how we're giving back to your community. Because sometimes giving back, people believe like you have to give money or something materialistic. And support is being present. So that's what my family, my friends, and the people that I'm meeting now, is that they have been present from the beginning of the walk until now, and they continue to send words of encouragement. They continue to help with finances whenever I need, because as I said, this is self-funded. We don't have a company that's sponsoring us with money, saying, okay, we're gonna buy this for you, or we're gonna support you with this. So as far as that, like I'm grateful for my friends and family members in the Dream Out Loud community, because that's what keeps us going. Let's go!
It was such a brilliant idea, because I really like I feel good about helping people. It makes me feel good about myself. So when I heard about it, I was like, you know what, I'm doing it, bro. It's like, yeah, dude, I just need someone to come drive with me. We're gonna be gone for like 27 days. 27 days on the street, what are we gonna eat? It's like, we don't know. We'll see when we get there. And I like adventure, so I was like, you know what, look, let's do it, because at the end of the day, it's also for a good initiative, you know what I mean, for like the unprivileged people, you know. So I was like, no, I'm going for it.
Jerry and Apendule shared how the community at large has helped them without even knowing who they are.
We were prepared at the time to just sleep in a car and park by a garage. Like, we didn't expect much. We didn't expect to go and get places, you know. We didn't expect to get accommodation. That's how we went into it. So when we got those, it was obviously, you know, great news. It was always good once at the end, like, guys, we got accommodation. Like, yo, man. every day. It was like a step by step.
But actually just called the nearest town, like, yo, this is what we're doing, we don't have money, this is an initiative, can we please stay there at your guest house or something, you know what I mean? A lot of them would say yes. Well, not a lot, but like, maybe you could say probably 40% of them, you know, we slept in nice places, gave us proper hospitality. Like, we did this with nothing, like not even like a cent in our pocket.
I was just inspired by the story, and eventually I did it. At first I was in denial about it. I didn't want to, because I thought it was going to be challenging. But yeah, I took the step, and it was worth it. It was definitely worth it.
From then, it became like the people that I'm meeting on Uber now are becoming my friends. Some are saying, oh, okay, Onga, I'm a graphic designer. Can I help you with graphics? Oh, okay, Onga, I'm a journalist. Can I please talk to this radio station to try and organize interviews for you? So you see what it took. It took for me to initiate, to start something, because that's what it takes sometimes. Because it's easy to sit down and complain and point finger and say, no, the government is not doing this. No, such and such is not doing this. And then there's a quote by an American president called JFK. I don't know his name in full, but I think, but he says that it's not what your country can do for you, but what you can do for your country.
Onke plans to complete his third 27-day walk in March of next year from Cape Town to Mthatha in the Eastern Cape.
Next year, in year 2024, I'll be walking in March from Cape Town. So, and now this walk is called 27 Days Coastal Walk. The reason I call it the 27 Days Coastal Walk is because I'll be walking from Cape Town to Mthatha. So I'll be walking along the coast from Western Cape, doing the Garden Road, which is, I think Mossel Bay is part of that. George, Nice, just walking along the coast until Gqeberha, and then going past Port Alfred, going to East London, and then until we reach Mthatha.
I actually want to see it as like a complete board, you know what I mean, with brands coming into the party and actually making this a success, because he really has a very great story behind it. You know what I mean? So that's what actually drives his passion. So I would just want to see this successful, and like changing town to town, city to city, township to township, because that is the plan.
Sometimes it's not just about the infrastructure, it's about the mind. It's about the minds of the children. It's about them believing in something greater. Also inspiring other youth to take upon the baton to do something about the situations we go through and not just wait, you know. We stronger together. So well wishes to his walk, man. I really pray it becomes a success. I know it will.
It doesn't matter where your journey starts. Your goodness and kindness will push you and your community forward. We wish you a safe and restful festive season. From all of us at Stories Untold, see you next week, same place, same time. Dada.